अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः कानि स्टार्ट ध्यान श्लोक स्टार्ट చేయమని ధ్యాన శ్లోకం చెప్పండి. జయ శ్రీమన్నారాయణ. ఓకే. జయ శ్రీమన్నారాయణ. జయ శ్రీమన్నారాయణ. జయ జయ శ్రీ సహస్రనామ. अस्मत् सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः. All glories to the Acharya Kankaryam group, Acharya Guru Parampara group, all those involved in Acharya Kankaryam. Ultimate aim of everyone must be to get the grace of Acharya. Acharya Digadevatam Samadikam Manyam na Manyamahe. Vedanta Deshika says that there is no God supreme other than our Acharyas, because Acharyas are the only one who show us who is Paramatma, who is Bhagavan. So we should be thankful and indebted to our Acharyas, who is none other than Dhirga Bandhu, and they are Dayalus. Today's subject is Sahasranamam Vaibhavam. Vishnu Sahasranama Vaibhavam. Generally, Sahasranamam means refers to Vishnu Sahasranamam. The glories of Sahasranamas, Sahasranama Stotram. 1,000 names of Vishnu. 5,000 years back, around approximately, Sahasranama was revealed by none other than very dear devotee of Krishna, Bhishma. Krishna took Chakrayuda in order to honor the promise, the Shapatam, Bhishma Tarpam, Bhishma Shapatam. Because he loves his devotees so much that the Lord left his promise into thin air, and then he made the promise made by his dearest devotee Bhishma true. This is what Bhishma also says. What a Saulabhyam, what a mercy on me, what a daya on me. You let your promise and వినిపిస్తుందండి జయసింహనారాయణ క్లియర్గా ఉందా ఓకే You left your promise only for my sake. I am an ordinary fallen soul. And I promise that I will make Krishna to lift Ayuda. Krishna has already given an agreement that he promised that he will not lift his weapon in the entire war, 18 days war. But Krishna, you are so merciful that to make my promise true, you held Chakrayudam. And then you are giving this seva in the battlefield among lakhs and lakhs of people fighting among each other. There is a heap of dead bodies on one side in the battlefield, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, and on another side, blood flowing like a river. In this scene, it looks like a graveyard. It looks like a smashana. In this place, you are giving this wonderful darshan to me. In what way am I superior? I am such a fallen soul, I committed so many sins. And you are blessing me. Yehi Yehi Pulla Aravindaksha Tribhuvana Kamalam Tamala Varnam. So Bhishma melts, at the greatness of Bhagavan. Krishna loves his devotees. And his love to the Sharanagata is indescribable. Bhishma is a Bhakti Yoganishta. Bhishma was swimming in the ocean of samsara on his own, was meditating on Krishna. Sharatalpagataha Bhishmaha. At the end of the war, Bhishma is lying up. The entire war was over. The Pandavas have won. Kauravas are finished. Krishna says, Yudhishthira, rush. Let us all run to the place where Bhishma is lying in the Kurukshetra, because Bhishma is Dharma himself. And if Bhishma leaves his body, then Dharma is gone. Go and learn that Dharma from him. It's called Anushasana Parma. Bhishma Yudhishthira Sambhada. Upon the instructions of Krishna, all the Pandavas, all the Maharshis, they run to Bhishma. Bhishma has a special boon, Ichha Marana. He dies only when he wishes. Whenever he wants, he can leave his body. That's the power of Bhishma. He has one of the Ashtabasus. The Yama cannot come down and ask him to come there. It is the choice of Bhishma to go to Swarga. So Krishna says, such a great Dharmatma, he sacrificed many things for the sake of one word which he has given to his father. And now he is in the bed of arrows. All the while, he has been supporting Duryodhana. simply because of the word which he gave to the Kuru dynasty, to protect the Kuru dynasty. He gave the word to Dhritarashtra. So he had to be blind to many adharmic activities, as well as he had to be a dumb for the adharmic activities of Duryodhana. Although he knew it was adharma, he couldn't talk simply because he was surviving on the food given by Duryodhana. Duryodhana was the king. Bhishma had to obey to the orders of the king. See, in those days, how they were obeying the kings. Although Bhishma was a great, grandfather, he had to obey the order of the king. So Bhishma was taking the side of adharma. Bhishma had to, he had to support Duryodhana. So that is mainly because he had the salt of Duryodhana. He ate the food of Duryodhana. That's why we have to be very careful in choosing the food. Swami Deshika and Vedanta Deshika wrote a special book called Ahara Niyamam. So affectionate. Because when you take sattvic food, your mind is purified. Once your mind get purified, you get sataguna. Once you get sataguna, you get satsang. Once you get satsang, you will get sadacharya. Once you get sadacharya, you perform prapatti and then attain the lotus feet of Sriman Narayana. Right? So everything starts with good food. And Bhishma was taking the food of Duryodhana. Duryodhana was the ruler. So Bhishma had to support Duryodhana, though he was following the path of Adharma. Many of us find in such a tight spot, right? We may be surviving or we may be existing due to the support of a benefactor. A person who would have financed our studies or helped our family in distress. Then whatever he does, we support. Although we know it is adharma. Sometimes we may even oppose, just Bhishma told many times to Dhritarashtra as well as Duryodhana to follow the path of dharma, but they didn't. And Bhishma had to support and then had to suffer the consequences. Bhishma very clearly knew that great wrong was being done to Draupadi. Bhishma could neither walk out of the Sabha nor could he talk. Nor could he stop the Kauravas from doing an atrocity in front of his own eyes. He couldn't prevail upon Dhritarashtra. So most of us, caught in such tight situations, right? Wherein we know it is adharma, but we cannot stop. Because the person who is doing adharma is either our friend, closest friend, or closest relative whom we cannot see. Because we are bound by the help that he does, maybe financial, physical, or emotional support. Oh, once upon a time he gave me such a wonderful support, emotional support, physical support, financial support. How can I go against him? How can I tell against him? Most of us are dumbfounded. We cannot talk. Bhishma himself was in tight spot. Still, in spite of all these things, he had to tell Duryodhana that this is wrong, but Duryodhana never listened. As a consequence, Bhishma had to suffer for supporting adharma, whether it is out of sheer compulsion or whatever be the situation. We may support adharma due to various reasons, but the result is bound to be disastrous. So every inch of Bhishma's body was pierced with arrows, and then once all the drops of blood in his body was drained out, all this blood came from Duryodhana's foot, right? Everything was drained, all the poison is gone from his body. Krishna appears there along with all the Pandavas. Because now he's rid of all the sinful blood that was flowing through his veins all these days. All of them offered their pranams, Dandavat pranams at the feet of Bhishma. Krishna himself offers pranams because after all, Bhishma is a devotee of Krishna. Okay, now Yudhishthira asks questions and then Bhishma gives the answer. That is Sahasranamam. So this happened around 5000 years back in the battlefield Kurukshetra, which is now in Haryana near Delhi. One can go and see that battlefield, the place where Bhishma left his mortal body and attained the lotus feet of the Lord. Even though it's present, is very we are very fortunate to have a darshan of that place even to this day. This Sahasranama is greater than even Bhagavad Gita. How? Bhagavad Gita was revealed by none other than Bhagavan Krishna. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam, Krishna himself. But Sahasranamam is superior to Bhagavad Gita simply because it was revealed by the devotee of Krishna, revealed by Bhagavata. And in the Bhagavad Gita, in the case of Bhagavad Gita, Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amraham Mahat Sarvopanishado Gava Dogda Gopal Nandana. Who revealed it? Krishna. And who received it? Arjuna. Now who is revealing the Sahasranamam? Bhishma. And who is listening? Not just Pandavas, all the Maharshis in and around there, and also Krishna. Krishna himself is hearing his own glories through Bhishma. And Krishna himself is immersed in the devotion of Bhishma. Krishna was also crying, Maharshis were crying, Yudhishthira, Panchapandavas were crying. Bhishma was also crying while chanting the glories, all the names of Krishna. So, Sahasranama is superior in the sense it was heard by Krishna himself, and Krishna himself was felt the horripilation over his body. Krishna himself could not speak, with tears rolling down his eyes. Such a great devotee, Bhishma, had to undergo all these sufferings just because he supported a wrong cause. After all, he is his own child. Bhishma is also his devotee. Pandavas are also his devotee. So this is the greatness. Even in Ramayana, you can find Rama hears Ramayana from Kushalava, right? Rama himself listens to Ramayana from Kushala, his own children. Patye geye chamaduram with Raga and Tala. The entire Valmiki Ramayana was sung. Valmiki Kokilam, sung by a parrot by name Valmiki, right? So it was a song. Kokilam Kujantam Rama Ramedi Maduram Maduraksharam Marukya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam. So Ramayana is a song sung by a parrot, none other than Valmiki. And who heard it? In the Ashwamedha Yajna, Lavakusha sang with Veena and Vadyam. And Rama was sitting at the top in the throne, hearing. He was hearing Ramayana, and then he was so involved, hearing his own charitra, the Rama came down slowly. It is written in Uttarakhanda. Slowly from the throne and sat among the public, and then he was enjoying. He was clapping, he was crying, he was laughing. Rama became one among the common folk, one among the prajas. And nobody noticed because they were all so much involved, grossly engrossed in the narration of Ramayana by Kusha and Lava, that they forgot the surroundings. They never noticed that Rama is down from all the way from his throne. That is the greatness of Ramayana. That pulled Rama himself. Rama was crying, hearing his source. But it was not his own charitra. Valmiki said, Sitaya charitam mahat. Rama was so overwhelmed with emotion that he was crying with tears, hearing the charitra of Sita. Ramayana means Sita charitra. Sitayaha charitam mahat. So what is the greatness of Ramayana? Rama himself heard. Tan charitai tane ketan. Alvar says this. That is the power of Ramayana. Why people are chanting Sundarakanda Parayanam or Valmiki Ramayana Parayanam. To this day, after lakhs of years, Treta Yuga is over, right? 5,000 years back, Dwapara Yuga. 4,72,000 years into 2 is Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Just now 5,000 is over. 4,27,000 years, roughly, approximately, to go for Pralayam. 4,32,000 years into 2 is Dwapara Yuga. 4,32,000 into 3 multiplied by 3 is Treta Yuga. Just imagine, so many lakhs of years gone. To this day, Ramayana lives in the whole world. Nobody could destroy. In spite of onslaught on Hinduism by various religions, Ramayana exists. All the 24,000 verses exist. Mahabharata exists. Srimad Bhagavatam exists, which proves that Sanatana Dharma cannot be destroyed by anyone, because Sanatana Dharma is none other than Krishna himself, Rama himself. Ramo Vigrahavam Dharma, nobody can destroy Dharma. Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam, nobody can destroy Dharma, because Krishna himself is the embodiment of Dharma, right? So this is the greatness of Vishnu Sahasranamam. Krishna himself is hearing from the very mouth of Bhishma. What his situation is in Bhishma now? Something like a patient lying in ICU, right? The last leg of his life. When we do a lot of sins, continuously, knowingly, in spite of all the prohibition by the Shastras, by elders, by our friends, when we do sins, when we commit heinous crimes, then Krishna will say, I see you. I will see you in ICU. You are not listening to any of my devotees, not listening to my Shastras. So I will see you in internal care unit, intensive care unit, or intensive critical care unit. That's why we should be always under the umbrella of devotees, always in satsang and in Acharya Abhiman, right? So, in the last leg of his life, last moments of his life, can we remember Krishna? The last moment of our life? Pranaprayana samaye kapavata pittaihi kantavarodhanamidau smaranam kutaste. Kulashekara says, I cannot remember you, the last moments of my life. Cannot, how can I? I'll be remembering my bank balance, my children, my insurance, my property, what will happen to all of them. I will not remember you. I will remember everything else. And pain, continuous pain in the body, with so many needles, as if thousands of needles are poked in the body. It will be paining the last moments. How will I remember you? I cannot. So, it's an advance booking. When I am well, I have chanted your name, I have taken satsanga, I have taken shelter in the lotus feet through an acharya, I have done my prapatti. So you take care of my last moments. 3 persons gave us assurance. 3 avatars rather. Who are they? Rama, Krishna and Varaha. And they gave Charma Shlokas. Rama said, if you take refuge under me, if you take the shelter of my lotus feet, do not fear anything. I will protect you from the greatest fear. Abhayam sarvabhutebhyo. Anyone, any living entity, sarvabhutebhyo means not just human beings. Monkeys also surrendered, right? I will protect everyone. Pashur, Pakshir, Manushya. It could be a bird, it could be an animal, it could be human beings. I will protect any living entity that surrenders unto my lotus feet. They need not be afraid of anything. Abhayam, this is Rama said. So Rama's instruction, take refuge under my lotus feet and be fearless. What did Krishna say? Ma Shuchaha. Do not worry. Shogi Kani, I will take care of you. You just surrender to my Lord. Sarvadharma, Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. You need not be afraid of anything. You need not be in a sorrowful mood. No worries, I will take care of. But only Varaha is the right person for us. All are saying in the Varaha Avatara, he said, he's from Jnana Piran, right? If you surrender unto me when you are in good condition, when you're mentally, physically, and spiritually fit, if you surrender just once, if you perform Sharanagati through your Acharya, then you need not remember me. I will remember you in your last moment. Aham smarami mad bhaktam. That is Varaha Charma Shloka. The others gave an instruction, that's all. Varaha says, I will come and hold your hand and take you back to Vaikuntha. I will come and hold you. Varaha promises. Nayami paramam gati. Every living entity who has surrendered to me through an acharya, through a bona fide acharya, who comes from a spiritual bona fide disciplic succession, which starts from Abhagavata Pratita Managam Acharya Santatin Bande, starts from Sriman Narayana, is assured to go to Vaikuntha. I myself will come in your last moment. You need not remember me. You cannot remember me. I will take you. Nayami Paramam Gati. Now Krishna is here now in the last moment of Bhishma. He's sharing his own charitra, his own glories. That is the greatness of Sahasranamam. That is the greatness of Srimad Ramayana. Rama himself had his history, and Krishna himself heard the glories of his name. With tears rolling down his eyes, everybody was crying in the battlefield. Not that Bhishma is going to live in a few moments, but because this is the greatness of Krishna, we never knew. And Bhishma is the supreme authority in Dharma. At the last moment, the last breath also, he is seeing Krishna, hearing Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, right? Everything. What a great soul Bhishma is. No one can remember the Lord, the last moment. Very difficult, extremely difficult. He was the Bhakti Yoganishta, so he could hear. He could see the Lord. He could chant the holy name of the Lord. What is the benefit of hearing Vishnu Sahasranam or chanting? Yayidam Shrunuyan Nityam Yaschabi Parikirtayet Ashubam Prapniyat Kinchit. A person who hears, who listens to Sahasranama is sure to be freed from all inauspiciousness, all Ashubhas. Always Mangalam for him. Yayidam Shrunuyan. Then the question comes, right? Next question immediately we will ask, what about me? I am chanting Sahasranama. Will I not get any punya? If you say only those who hear Sahasranama will get benefit, Bhishma ji, Bhisham Pitamaha ji, हमारे क्या होगा? What will happen to us? We are chanting Sahasranama every day. Yascha viparikitayet. Those who chant also will get benefit because they are chanting for the pleasure of Krishna and they are also listening, right? When I am talking, I am also listening my katha. So double benefit. But first benefit goes to the Shrota, the person who hears. That is why even Vedas say, listen first. God has given you 2 years, so listen. Then you chant. Badram karnebhi shrunuyama devaha badram pashyema. When you hear the holy name of the Lord going into the ear, the Lord establishes himself in the heart and then reveals himself. Badram pashyema. Keliro. Godadevi says, right? Listen. Mamayan Madhavan Govindan. So chant. Chant the holy name and listen. So, what is the benefit? Edam Shanyanyate Mesha Viparikite, all auspiciousness, whatever you want. Bhadram Kan, Bhadra is the name of Mahalakshmi, and the husband of Mahalakshmi is Bhadra. Yastam Bhadram Namamyam. Shiva himself says in the Mantra Rajapada Stotram, he glorifies Lord Narasimha and says, you are Bhadra, you are the residence of all auspiciousness, because you are the husband of Bhadra. You are Bhadra. We also say, Rama Bhadra, Namaste Punaste Namaha, Bhadra Rama, Sri Rama Bhadra. Prahlada also insists on this. First Bhakti, Shravana Bhakti. Second, Kirtana Bhakti. Then, Smaranam. Once you start listening to Bhagavad Katha and then chant the holy name of the Lord, automatically you will get dhyana. But everything should lead where? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Then Avayu the Bhakti, the last one, it should lead, everything should lead to Atmanivedanam, Bharanyasam, Prapatti. Whatever we do, it should lead to all our satsang, chanting, Nama Sankirtanam, Goshti, Sangoshtee, temple worship, Archana, temple Kankaryam, Parayanam, everything should lead to good satsang, and then it should lead to Acharya Sambandham, then it should lead to Prapatti, and then automatically it leads to Vaikuntha. Here itself. We can get that Vaikuntha Anubhavam here itself. If we have a Sadacharya Kataksham and perform Prapatti at the lotus feet of the Lord through the Acharya, right? Through a bona fide Acharya. Innamada Tirumagal என்று வரை முன்னிட்டு எம்பெருமான் திருவடிகள் அடைகின்றேனே. So Prahlada says this very clearly. There is no doubt in this. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. The most auspicious stotram is Sahasranamam stotram. Prahlada says about this chanting and listening, right? Hearing. Alvar says very clearly, Hiranyakashipu was so fond of his child Prahlada. After all, Prahlada was his own child, kid. He had been going to school for a few months and then he called him probably in kindergarten. He called Prahlada and placed on his lap with all love. Bhagavatam says this clearly. And then asked, what is the best thing you learned in your school? That is the best way to ask a child. You should not disappoint a child asking, tell me this song or that song or this rhyme. Then the child may not know and you'll get disappointed. Oh, I don't know. So tell me what is the best you have learned. And then what did the child say? Vishwam Vittan Vashatkara Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Don't think Sahasranama existed only after Bhishma declared it. Even before Bhishma, Sahasranama existed. Even before Vamana Avatara, Trivikrama's name is there in the Vedas. Trinipada Abhichakrame. So the cycle goes on. Ashta Vimshatitame Kali Yuge. Right? We are in the 20th Kali Yuga. So the cycle goes on. The avatars go on. The Rama avatar is not only in this Treya. It keeps on repeating. So, Palligil Vodi Vanda Tanchiruvan. My affectionate child, Prahlada. Come on, child, tell me, what did you learn? Then he started telling, Vayulorayana Tirumangiyar was a Telliya Singamadagiya Teve Tiruvallikeni Kandene. The Tiruvallikeni Nivedesa Pasaram, Kaliyan says that Prahlada chanted Vishnu Sahasranam. The next second, he just threw him away on the ground. Probably he didn't wait for the entire half an hour or whatever it is. Prahlada would have chanted for 1 hour. We finished on 20 minutes. I do it in 10 minutes. Sarva Pragarana Yudaha. Finish. Start with the Vishwam is very clear. Sarva Pranad in between. It is left to God. Whatever I chant. I don't have time. Tanchiruman Vajilor Ayiranam. Pavitranam Pavitramyo Mangalanam Chamangalam. the most auspicious, Pavitranam Pavitram, of all the auspiciousness, superlative degree, Mangalanam cha Mangalam, hearing, the chanting, Nashubham Prapniyat Kinchit, he will never get even the minutest micro part of inauspiciousness in his house. Kama Navapniyat Kami, whatever you desire, you will get it, Sahasranam. Many people do Sahasranam Japam Parayanam. He is very glad that we find there are many Sahasranam mandaris in India and abroad as well as keep on continuous chanting Akanda Sahasranamam. So Ekadis is there is chanting, many disciples, many devotees in Australia and Singapore, Muscat, Bahrain, US, New Zealand. I've been hearing that there are many groups for Sahasranam mandal. They chant. And all are holy names. Kama Navapniyat Kami, whatever you want, you will get. I want only Krishna, you will get. I want only Krishna Bhakti, you will get. I want staunch Rama Bhakti, you will get it. I want the Lord to show me the perfect direction, you will get it. Asya Sri Vishnu Divya Sahasranama Stotra Mahamantrasya, it is also mantra. Who is the Rishi? Vedavyasa, Bhagavan Rishi. Bhagavan himself is the Rishi. Anushtup Chandaha. Who is Devata? See Mahavishnu Paramatma, Shriman Narayana Devata. No ambiguity here. So that's why Sahasranama means only Vishnu Sahasranama. See Mahavishnu Prityarte Sahasranama Parayane Vinyoga Sahasranama Jape Vinyoga. That is the Sankalpam, right? Only his Prityartham. Whatever we do is only for his pleasure. Bhagavan eva sunyamya sarupasthiti pravritti suserate karsenayatmana katrasgi chopakarne swaradhaneka prayojanaya varam grida sarvasesha sriyapati susesha bhutamitam sakasnama parayanakyam karma swasme suprite saimeva karayati in the beginning. After Sahasranam chanting his words, swasme suprite saimeva karitavan. That will melt the Lord. Anything we do, if we do it for his priti, his pleasure, automatically the Lord melts without any desire, any material desire. To make our devotion more strong, more perfect, pushti, so staunch and so strong that even the Lord cannot shake our faith in Him. Come whatever may. Let Him test. Let Him give any difficulty. We will sail through our Acharya's grace, right? Yudhishthira Vacha, what was the question? What did he ask? Kimekam Daivatam Loke. Who is the Supreme God? Kimbapyekam Parayanam. What Parayanam should we do? Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavata paramavadha. You have seen so many people, so many dharmas. Which is the supreme dharma? Who is the supreme dharma? Who is the supreme embodiment of dharma? What was the answer? Jagat Prabham Deva Devam Anantam Purushattamam Tumannava Sagasrena. This was Supreme God, He who is standing beside you, who has been your driver, your servant, your messenger. He is the one. He is the Prabhu. He has been a servant to you. He has been a friend to you. He has been a slave to you. He became a dasa. And he finds pride in saying that I am Pandavaduta, I am Parthasarathi, I am the driver of Partha. Can anyone say that I am the driver? Will anyone say, will find pride that I am the driver of so and so? Krishna says, I am the driver of Arjuna. That is the ID. Pandavaduta, Parthasarathi. And he finds pleasure in doing such activities for his devotees. Driving the car. Terumurnd Teshu Yarnda Shelva Devanayaka. Krishna's glory was more magnified Krishna's stages was more amplified when he started driving the car of Arjuna. Dhananjaya Syandana Bhushanam Dhanam. Vedanta Desika says, he is my wealth. Who? The one who drove the chariot of Partha. See Saulabhya. See the Saushalya. How merciful he is. What a daya. That Parthasarathi is my dhanam. He is my wealth. He is everything for me. Jagat Prabhu. He is the Jagat Prabhu. Deva Devam. Anantam Purushottamam. Tuvannama Sagasrena Purushasadatottita. Tamevacha Archayan Nityam. You have to do Archana to him only. Whom else? Is there any doubt? Advar also gives instruction. What should your devotee do? அண்டக்குலத்துக்கு அதிபதியாகி அசுரவிரா கதரை இண்டை குலத்தை எடுத்து களைந்த இருடி கேசன் தனக்கு தொண்டை குலத்துள்ளீர் வந்தடி தொழுது ஆகிறான் சொல்லி பண்டை குலத்தை தவிர்ந்து பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டென்பினே. Oh, this is congregational chanting. Come to our group, come to our Goshti, Acharya Kankarya group to chant Sahasranamam. வாழாட்பட்டு நின்றீருள்ளீரேல் வந்த மண்ணும் மனமும் கொம்மின். If you want to be in the confidential diary of Krishna. Now once Narada went to Vaikuntha and then he offered his pranams to Vaikunthanatha. And then Narada, where did he come? Any news from Bhuloka? He said everything is fine, just I came to offer my pranams to you. At that time, Perumal was referring some diary, Sahasyam, but then the crux is important. Then what is the diary? He said, I have all the phone numbers, address numbers of my devotees. And then Narada, give me that book. Narada asked. The Perumal gave him the book. Narada opened the diary, his name was not there. Narada didn't say anything. Narada is a great devotee, right? The Perumal knew his heart. His antaryami. He said, Narada, this is the book of my friends and relatives, but I have another confidential book of devotees who are very close to my heart. And Narada's name was there in that list. Naram Dadati Narada, one who gives jnanam, one who gives knowledge, divine knowledge, is known as Narada. Narada was the master of Prahlada, Narada was the master of Dhruva. They could see the Lord directly because of the grace of Narada. Narada Bhakti Sutras are famous, right? How to do bhakti. And then this is how the confidential devotees of the Lord, they reveal the glories of the Lord. According to the Alvar, Perumal reveals himself to confidential devotees completely. He cannot hide himself. Krishna had to reveal himself to the Gopikas because of their pure devotion. Tasam avirabu chauri smayamana mukambujaha pitambaradara sragvi sakshat manmata. He had to reveal himself. He cannot hide himself before the devotees, before his confidential devotees. Bhishma was a very confidential devotee of the Lord. Krishna protected the Pandavas from the Kauravas in many ways. And once in the battlefield, the first 10 days of the battlefield, Bhishma was in charge. Very severe. He was deadly, like Yamadharmaraj, burning, scorching the Pandava side. And then Krishna thought that Pandavas will be finished because Bhishma is scorching the army. What to do? Krishna said, "No, you cannot win Bhishma, it's very difficult. He already is a devotee and is protected by Dharma. So the only best thing is we have to take his blessings." So that day night, just Dharma Yuddham, right? Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. During the sunset, they will blow the conches and then the war would be stopped. A lot of rules and regulations of the war which they followed. Of course, the later part they didn't follow it. So once the war was stopped in the evening, in the Sandhya twilight time, they all did their Sandhya Vandanam and then Krishna took Draupadi to the tent of Bhishma. There in the tent they nurse their wounds. The medical doctors will be there, Ayurvedic physicians. They would apply medicine to the soldiers. So Krishna took Draupadi to the tent of Bhishma and then she was covered. In those days, ghungat, right? So even now in North India, they put ghungat like this. They cover their faces. She covered her face, and then Krishna stood outside the tent of Bhishma, asked her to go and take the blessings of Bhishma. She went inside, offered her pranams, and then immediately Bhishma said, Dirka Sumangali Bhava, so Bhagyavati Bhava. Suhagin, the moment they see the face, they know she's a Sumangali Stri. And then when she got up, she was Draupadi. How come you're here, Draupadi? He said. Krishna entered into the tent. Oh, it was you. Yes, your blessings will never go waste. A devotee's blessing can never go waste. You are blessed with these devotees cannot get any inauspiciousness, cannot get any ashubha. Nashubham prapniyat. Even a little bit, kinchit. When Bhishma was blessed, it was the prime duty, utmost duty, foremost duty of Krishna to protect all the Pandavas. Bhishma was already blessed. He has to make those words true, Bhishma's word true. He has to at any cost. So he had to protect all the Pandavas. Although they are his pranas, Pancha pranas, Mama prana hi Pandava. That's a different aspect. But Bhishma is blessed, a devotee of Krishna. That is why Ramanuja says, be under the umbrella of a Vaishnava, or a devotee, a Bhagavata, one who has unflinching faith in the Lord. One is always in satsanga. Just reside near his house at least. ஒரு பாகவதன் ஒரு வைஷ்ணவன் திருவடி நிழலில் ஒதுங்கி வர்த்தித்தல். You should take a house nearby Vaishnava or a Bhagavata. You will be automatically get that satsang, then you will get sattvic brain, then slowly you transform your life automatically. We have a cigarette packet, and then if camphor, karpuram is put in that packet after some time, that also will start smelling. Smell of the camphor, right? So even if we are sinners, if you have the association of the devotees, association of Acharya, Kankarya Shris, Bhagavata, automatically our brain get transformed into sattvic nature. Then we start going to the temple, start visiting to the sabhas or goshtis and do our voluntary services. Slowly we opt proactively. I will do this kind, I will do that seva, I will do this seva. I will sweep the floor, I will mop the floor of the temple. Ambarisha used to climb the temple, right? On his own. He was a Chakravarti. Mandira Marjana Dishu. He mopped the floor of the temple. his own. He could have ordered just one order, just a flick, a small command is enough. Thousands will come and do the job, but he wanted to do on his own. It's mentioned especially in Bhagavad. Ambarisha used to clean the temple on his own. He used to mop the floor on his own. Mopping the floor of a temple, mopping our own floor. Our house is nothing but a temple, right? And we are the trustees of the temple. You put even a photo in the house, your Saligrama or Vigraha, whatever it is, according to your ability and might, belongs to the Lord. House belongs to Perumal. And then he is the owner of the house, and when we are his servants and we are his trustees taking care of the house, so we have to keep our house neat and clean simply because it belongs to him, not belongs to us. There are two types of bhavas, both are justified. Generally, people construct a very big palace or mansion and then they dedicate a separate room for the Lord and then show this room is for puja. Wonderful. Separate room is given to the Lord. And where is the bhavas? Some other people, they may keep saligrama in a small shelf in the kitchen, and their bhava is, their opinion is that the entire house belongs. He is the master. The house belongs to him, and I am a trustee. I am his servant. I am taking care of this. Both are right. Bhava is important. Bhava grahi janantanaha. So, Bhishma blessed Draupadi. பஞ்சவரை பரவகையும் காத்தார் வந்தார் பாஞ்சாலி குடல் முடித்தார் வந்தார் தாமே. Krishna had to protect all the Pandavas because they received the blessings of all the Maharshis in the forest, all the saints in the forest, all the Bhagavatas in the forest. And he had to protect. Even if the fate, even if it is written on our head that we have to suffer, we will not, because we are under the supervision, under the surveillance of Bhagavatas. The grace of the Bhagavatas will protect us. Then a question comes. Suppose we are supposed to rain, we are supposed to drench in the rain. And then what will you do? Very simple. Take an umbrella and get yourself protected. It will rain. Rain will not stop. Similarly, our karmas will definitely fall on us. But we can reduce the effect of that karma by taking an umbrella, shelter of an umbrella. Umbrella is nothing but the grace of our acharyas and the Bhagavatas. Their sambandham, their acharya sambandham, Bhagavata sambandham, Vaishnava sambandham, Bhagavata ashrayam. That will protect us as an umbrella. Rain will not stop. All our karma cannot be stopped. Whatever we have done, the karma we have to face. But the effect is nullified, right? It's raining, but we are not getting drenched. Here we get drenched, maybe a few drops may fall on us in spite of the umbrella. But we are protected, right? So, Yashame Sarvadharmana. He is the supreme dharma. And then glorifying the Lord with our mouth. That itself is a punya. Povan poginnare pogamal kat. What is this povan poginnare? People go to the temple. Why? What benefit you get going to, people ask, right? What benefit you get by going to Tirumala or Dwaraka or the Videshams? Going itself is the benefit, right? Unless until you have merit, unless until you have Puru Janma Punya or Sukritam, you cannot go to the temple at all. Povan poginnare. The commentary says that going to the temple itself is auspicious, itself is a bhagyam. So what will I get going to the temple? Forget about that. Unless until you have a bank balance of punya, you cannot go to the temple at all. Naranam Kshena Papanam Janmantara Sakasreshu Krishna Bhakti Prajayati. We have taken millions of births. In these millions of births, some saint has graced us, blessed us. Or we would have taken the remnants of the prasadam left over by a saint, Bhagavata Sesham. then only we will be able to hear the holy name or chant the holy name of the Lord in this birth. Krishna himself says, Kachit yatati siddhaye. Out of millions of people who are born, the Maya will come and catch them, catch hold of them. Maya holds them in the grip. Right? Very difficult in the Kali Yuga. Very powerful. So out of these millions and billions of people who take birth, they behave like animals. Very few will try to know me, try to ask fundamental questions. What are those fundamental? Who am I? Where from have I come? Where will I go? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Athato Dharma Jigyasa. What am I doing? So you ask basic questions to ourselves. Why am I going to school? To study. Then what will I do? I'll get a degree. Then what will I do? I'll get a job. Then what will I do? Well, I get a good job and then I'll find beautiful house. I have a car. Then what will I do? I will marry. Then children. Then it goes on. Circle goes on. Then what is the ultimate aim? Ultimate aim of everyone is to become happy. Maybe if I earn well, I may become happy. If I get a car, I may become happy. If I get a house, I may become happy. If I become a grandfather, I may become happy. This goes on. So the ultimate bliss can be obtained only with the association of Bhagavan or his devotees. Because Sachit Ananda Sarupa. Perumal is full of bliss. அண்டர்கோ நடிகரங்கன் என் அமுதினை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாவே. Just the glimpse of a deity of Ranganatha, an Archa Vigraha, a photo, is enough to immerse us in the nectar of divine Anubhavam. So that should be our aim. That we should be happy, no doubt about it. We should be happy permanently, not temporarily. We take a chocolate, it will be there for a few seconds and then it's gone. If I take more chocolates, maybe around 100 chocolates, then I have to go to the doctor. There is no Ananda there. This, isn't it? That becomes a disease. Excess of anything. It could be sugar, it could be mirchi, whatever it is. So, the taste of, once we get the taste of the holy name, taste of Bhagavad Satsanga, taste of Acharya Kinkarya, and no going back. That taste has to be developed. That ruchi has to come. And how will it come? Only by the grace of Acharya. Acharya Digadevatam Samadikam Nyamna Manyamahi. Only Acharya's grace, one glance of an Acharya is so powerful. Just one glance. Whatever auspiciousness it does cannot be done by 3 eyes of Shiva, or 8 eyes of Brahma, or 1,000 eyes of Indra. That is the power of an Acharya. So, let us pray very sincerely. If we have to pray with 100% sincerity to all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha, because they give whatever we want. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. And they are full of mercy, full of daya, kripa sindhubhyaye vacha, ocean of mercy. Patitanam pavanebhyo. We are all fallen souls in this Kali Yuga. We always get dirty thoughts, the dirty mind, because of the association of this Kali. And we get purified by just the association of the devotees. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So let us pray to the Jagat Guru, the original Jagat Guru and only Jagat Guru, Krishna Mande Jagat Guru, Krishna, to give us this satsanga, the association of the devotees, so that we get a sattvika buddhi, so that we always in satsang doing whatever seva we can do to the satsang, financially, physically, mentally, or motivating them. There is also seva. At least we do not oppose a kankarya, that is also seva. Physical is the best. Tuyomai Vandanam Tumalar Tuvi Todudu Vayinar Padi. Tuvi Todudu is physical activity. Vayinar Padi is chanting. First rank is physical activity. You are present in the temple and do whatever seva you can do. Second is you can chant, do Parayanam. Then automatically Krishna will come and stay in your heart forever. Manathinal chindikka. And then only bliss. Yengum Tiruvaril Petru in Burvarim. So let us associate ourselves with the devotees. Let us pray to the Lord sincerely with 100% purity and sincerity to give us a wonderful satsang, which will lead to a Sadacharya, and then it will lead to a Prapatti or Upanyasam, and then it will lead to Bhagavadanabam here itself, so that we can bring Vaikuntha here itself. Loka samasta chikino bhavantu. Asmat Gurubhyo namaha. Acharya Kainkarya Vriddhirastu. Dasanani. Was it clear to this group?